So you're welcome to end of session and summer coaching program. My name is Wale Adejuigbe. You can connect with me on Instagram at Wadejuigbe. You can connect with me on Facebook. You can follow me on my Facebook page, Wale Adejuigbe. This is a free training session to help and guide school owners, school leaders on end of session and the summer coaching program. On the average, summer coaching starts from July 25th to possibly the last week in August, or maybe the first week in September, as we have it. It changes based on the timetable of maybe ministry or any other platform, but that's the season. And the big deal about summer is not, and I'm not starting from summer now. I want to start from end of session. Some people have done their end of session, but some people are about to do it. I believe that some of the things that I want to share today will help you and will help some to be able to get it done. But in a big way, the objective for running this training is to achieve excellence in our school programs so that we can have effective perception and progress. Let me quickly say something. If you don't pay attention to how you are perceived in this age and time, you will think it does not matter, but you will see that you give a lot of effort that people are not willing to reward those efforts. And I know what I'm saying. We are running school for a generation that is moved by how they are perceived. Not necessarily the content of your school, but your perception. Because I've had school owners ask me, Coach Wale, is end of session program, Christmas, end of session party, is it compulsory? Is it by force? I don't want to do it. I said, well, it's not by force. If you don't do it, it doesn't stop your school. But really, there are certain class of people in your school who may feel left out, who has a fear of missing out. And trust me, there are plenty. Said when a school in your location embark on end of session program and your school decides not to do it, I tell you, you are going to have some parents that will complain. Some parent comes to meet you, say, but my academic program is fantastic, so I don't even need anybody that wants to do that. They should go. I said, how many people want to sit with just your academic right now? Let's face the reality. Our parents right now does not only want the academics, they also want the social dimension, especially when it comes to end of session. And so it is very important and critical to pay attention to what I'm about to share with you right now. So it is about your perception and it's about your school progress. Okay, so let's start. End of session is about three things, basically. And those are the things that you have on the screen. Number one is about celebration. You see, there's an English word that says that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse, they say, is inevitable. End of session or end of session / graduation party is about three things. It's about celebration, it's about appreciation, and it's about display. The celebration takes the factor of dance, the joyful moments. End of session is not the time to fight parents. It's not the time to fight teachers. Oh, but Coach Wale, some people can't get on people's nerve. Leave them. You see, a lot of schools think that they are organizing end of session for parents or for people. But really, you are also doing it for yourself. That you run a school from September 2023 to July 2025, I believe it's worth celebrating. A lot of things might have happened. We are not using this to spite any school. We are not using this to, to just talk down or to act insensitive. But if you run your school successfully, you don't have debt case, you don't have court case, you don't have serious problem that necessitate closing down a school. I believe that you should look past a parent that is getting on your nerve. You should look past a teacher that is not cooperating. Please celebrate. I'm telling you the truth. Joyful, it's a joyful moment. It is a joyful moment. This is even more than just perception, creating perception, or everybody is doing it, let me do it. No, no. Because at a particular point, I try to ask myself some questions, some very important questions. Why do schools embark on, prize giving, awards, and, all those things, valedictory service? But when you look at it, it is actually a joyful season for everybody in education. We are ending a session. See, it is not easy for parents to wake up early in the morning and bring their children, to come back the following day and bring and take the children. Some drop their children in your school for 13 weeks. The children are under your care. Forget just the fact that you have safety processes, you have security programs, you have all these things, but they joined you. I'm telling you, and then they are intact. There are few emergencies, but you were able to contain it. You are able to make things go on. I think you should see it as a joyful moment. And maybe some things had happened during the course of the term or the session that makes you want to feel there's nothing to be joyful about. I don't think this thing is worth it. I tell you, you should be grateful, which is the second thing that end of session is about. So when we talk about celebration, it's about dance. Please, I believe that one, in fact, don't let me say one, all the staff and everyone, they should have a joyful appearance because of that season. When we have end of session program and you see all staff, their head down, their heads are not straight, they don't look their best, they don't look the part, then you wonder what is going on. But really, if you ask me, it's a joyful moment. The second thing is appreciation. Showing appreciation to parents, to staff, to students, to suppliers, to everybody, to God Almighty. A sense of gratitude, a show of gratitude. It must reflect in your speech. And this is very critical and important. And then it's about prize giving, part of appreciation, prize giving awards to say that, yes, we recognize what you have done for you to be able to do more, to be able to, continue to propagate. And the third is display. It's about display. What has been happening since September, previous, year, and to the July of this year, a compendium of displays in possibly classroom presentation, group presentations, individual presentations to showcase the diversity and the dynamics that is in education, to show the practical application, the application of what we teach in the class. Because let me make you understand, you put information in people so that they can show it out. Expression is always about impression. Expression is always about impression. Nobody can give what has not been put in them. And end of session program is an avenue to be able to showcase, to be able to bring out expression based on what has been going on. Yes, mathematics, English, subjects, daily schedule and a lot of things, they have their function. But when we are in end of session, it is time to show the practicality of these functions. All the extracurricular activities, it is time to show It possibly can be a form of physical display, or it can be a virtual display. So I often say this. Maybe I should start from there. Your end of session program should try as much as possible to factor in a screen where people can see what has been done, and consciously, as against next session for people that don't do this, document your actions for the year. Document your programs for the session. End of session is about display. We should show when we went for a field trip, the places that we have been to, the excursion that we went for, the drama that we did, the extracurricular activities, the social activities, the Children's Day celebration. You know, you can put them either in video, if you have the video, or you can do a picture, you know, a pictures presentation that showcase all the pictures, because end of session is about display. Ensure that there is a form of display that can show parents and somehow visitors that, oh, this is what we are doing in our school. Permit me to go on because of time. I think I have 40 minutes or thereabouts to share. So what are the features of end of session program? Still talking about end of session before I go to summer classes. What are the features? So if end of session is about celebration, appreciation, and display. So in display, we have the performance and we have contests. Oh, debate competition, spelling bee competition, and different forms like that. So what are the things? What are the things that makes up your end of session in order to make it an engaging one? Number one, I call it parent participation. Parent participation. You know, a lot of times we want to do something that parents will look like an audience. Our end of session is changing away from, is moving away from that now. Our parents are getting involved in end of session program. And I'm talking about the real program. So your validatory service, can there be voice of parents to the graduates? Can you invite 1, 2, 3 parents that come and showcase and talk about, you know, advising everybody about where they are going? Can you have a talk show that involves 1, 2, 3 parents about a career program? I'm talking about parents now. Says, oh, how did you move? We know that you have lived. If you can advise these people, what are the things that you will, you know, you will advise? So it is very important. Sorry. So it is very, very important to ensure that you allow parents to participate in the end of session program. There could be, and I think I will get there. I'm going to be speaking about some ideas for our end of session program, but parent participation is very important. The second one is student display. Student display. End of session program should be about the display of the students. Oh yes, everything that we have been teaching the children is time to express it. What we have impressed on them, it's time for them to express it. Let them show it. Yes, that's what student display is about. So that's where we have the classroom presentation. The third one, which is also very key, is teachers coordination. Oh yes, teachers or staff coordination. End of session program is not the time that teachers are going to be asking parents for money. Oh, what did you bring for us? What are you going to? It's called coordination. End of session program is not the time when staff are nowhere to be found, even though they are in the compound, they are in the program. And then you see children moving around, running around, sitting on the floor, not sitting where they are designated to sit. Some will even go and sit with the parent and disturb the parent. I said, no, Your end of session program is a place where everybody belongs to somewhere. And the people that are meant to sit, they don't go to another place. Because if you don't curb it, it is very important to ensure maximum coordination. Oh, yes. So, and I can say that if you are so intentional about your end of session program, I can tell you it will show. If you are not intentional about it, because I can see that somebody dropped a question and said, can we, since we did not plan for it, that can we still do end of session? I will tell you it's late. It's late. Because the core of your end of session is planning. It's planning. Apart from planning, you have a lot of contribution, except you are the one that wants to foot all the bills. Everything that will go on with your end of session, you are not expecting money from any other parent, or maybe few donations. And it is very important, to pay attention. Please, 1 minute. So I want everybody to understand something. Your staff coordination will show if there is proper planning or not. If you don't plan your end of session, the day will show it. If you don't, the day will show. So a major aspect of your end of session is the teachers or the staff coordination. Coordination is simply about how they know what is to be done, and they do it. Each and every person knows what to do, and they are doing it. Very important. That is what coordination is. When a child is about to leave his seat, the person that is meant to supervise the preschool knows, and then he either says, go back, or do what you need to do and come back. Once there is deviation, is ready to be able to match it up and bring the children down. When the children are making noise, or they are making the place not being conducive, the person that is meant to is assigned for that. When it is time for classroom presentation, the teacher in charge of presentation knows, is alerted, and then he puts everybody together, and it looks as if, oh my God, everything was just going, everything the way it's supposed to go. And this is very key and important. So the staff coordination is very key. The next one is leaders' admonitions. Oh yes, of course, in end of session program, there's always, it's a time for speeches. And I would like to say that the head of school speech, the proprietor's speech, the director's speech, especially in valedictory service, the graduate, the person representing the graduating student will give a speech. That's going to be like a farewell speech. We are also going to have guest speakers that speaks. These are features. These are things that should be in your end of session program. And each and every of these people, for example, as I'm talking right now, these people should have their speech on ground. By the grace of God, I've been gracing some end of session. I'll be gracing some this week and next week. And my topic has been, given to me like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. So it is part of the features. Then alumni testimonials. If you have people that have graduated from your school, maybe they are now in secondary school or they are in tertiary institution, a short, remember I said one of the purpose of end of session is display. A short video, a video cam that just talked about, oh, I want to so much appreciate the school. I remember when I was in school, all the things that Mr. So, all the things that our proprietor used to say to us. Now I'm in the higher level, and then I begin to see the application. I want to say that I'm so happy I want to do the alumni testimonials to showcase that, yes, we have been on this track. We have been on this work for a while. It is very key to do that. Supplier support. Supplier support. So some schools make their end of the year book. Some schools make graduate book, and a lot of things like that. So the suppliers of the school, I believe that the suppliers should make support. Support in the sense of, we want to congratulate with the school. We want to congratulate the graduates on their this. So you can create a space for it. Depends on how much money that you are looking for. But I have schools that just do that for selected few who had been able to stay true with them as suppliers, maybe at no costs or at a small amount. So, and some schools, it is time for them to launch magazine. Some schools launch magazines every year. Oh yes, it's a very, very important and very good thing. So it is key that supplier support is also featured. Partners pledges. These are features of end of session program. In your end of session program, a school should now begin to look at how to have partners. Actually, what do you mean by partners? I know you have parents. That is where the school fees comes from. But donations and scholarship should come from partners. I think that should be 2 or 3 weeks ago. I did a training on attracting sponsors and for scholarship and donations. Oh yes, a school needs to start running for partnerships right now. We need to begin to see how some of these things can work effectively. And that's very important. So during the end of session program is the time where we look at partners pledges. So to say that our partners, by the grace of God, we have 3 people on scholarship. For this next session, we want to increase it to 5 people. And so the partners can be corporate organization. They can be individuals based on individual capacity. And that is what is about partners pledges. Also, is about the school intentions. The intention, what do we want to do for the next session? You see, the most important thing is that we call it end of session. End of session always lead to a beginning of a new session. And your intentions have a way of leading to retention. So a lot of schools have retention problem because they have intention problems. By saying that, what do I mean? You just have parents who says our children are just coming again after a new session. We don't even know what the school wants to do. And the school feels that, it's best to surprise parents. No, please, enough of surprise. Because whatever it is that you plan to do, showcase to the parents that this school is a forward-moving school. In your end of session program, you possibly have visitors too. It shows them that, yes, the school is up to something. The school is geared around making things and getting things done. So school intentions, very, very important. Is an important part. Okay. For people that does not have screens for testimonials, it can be handwritten and it can be read. You can read it during the end of session program. You can read it out. And then physical appearance of some of your alumni. Yes, you can ask some of them that are not very far. They are in school, but they are not very far and they are not too occupied. I believe that when we have validity service or graduation program, one of the invited guests should be some alumni of the school. Some of the people that have passed through the school and then they are now in a particular place that we can say, these are the ambassadors of our school. And I tell you the truth, you need to bring them on board. If you know you don't have screen, try and walk around if they can be present physically. They do, and then they talk. When it gets to that time, alumni testimonials, you give 1 or 2 of them to be able to speak. If they are not around, let them send a written testimonial that can be read on their behalf. Alumni testimonials. Oh, this is a testimonial from the senior prefect 2007, 2008 session. And he reads, oh no, there's nothing bad about that. So it's very key and important, and this key. All right, so let's share some ideas because of time. Some ideas that we can incorporate, that we can use in our graduation and end of session program. Number one, parent debate and parent competition. Remember, I said that parent participation is a key part of your end of session program. Parent debate. Oh, are you serious? Yes. Parents can have a debate. They can have a talk show. Oh, what do we do to the parents? We know that every time your schedule is busy, you are getting busier by the day. But how do we ensure that you collaborate with us? Parents, tell us, how can you and us, how can we come together? It can be a talk show. It can be a debate. So if somebody can speak for, somebody can speak against, but make sure they are parents. So there's no need for school versus parents, teachers versus parents. No, it's parents. Let's have a parent in a healthy form, in a well-moderated form. Yes, let them talk. Oh, Coach Wale, my parent does not speak English. Let them speak in the native language. Oh, yes. Let them talk. Let me tell you one of the things that you must take away from your end of session program. You must be able to take some very important feedbacks that some people just say casually. It's a feedback. It's a time to get, it's the time to speak to them, and it's a time they speak to you. So it's very important. Parents debate. Secondly, let's have a red carpet for parent, teachers, and guests. It's a special time. And you know, I'm amazed how some people take it casual. If you want to create a memorable time, you cannot just do a casual thing. You see, once there is, and the way some schools run, once there is DJ, there is sound, there is food, we are over, we are good. What else? I've done my part. I've done my part. Oh, how much did the parents pay? No. A school is known for creativity. A school is known as a place. Let there be decoration. Oh, yes. See, create an atmosphere that will make graduation of your learners, that will make it memorable. The photo booth, the place where they will snap, you can put their faces. Like a, what's it called now? A flex banner that has the face. So when the child wants to snap, there is a face to say graduating class of so. See, make it memorable. Red carpet. When parents are coming in, you have maybe the person that is going to be the MC. Let the person speak, and is asking some question. Don't put the parent, don't make the parent uncomfortable. But you know what? Oh, you are looking so awesome, ma. How many children do you have in this school? When was the which year did you join this school? How many years have you spent in this school? You know, questions like that are just questions that they need at the red carpet, that just informs everybody while everybody is still seated. It's not every time that we are waiting for the program to start and then we are playing music and they are just playing music and everybody is just there waiting. No, let everybody, as they are speaking at the red carpet, let it get to the people that are seated. It's an engagement. Teachers, how many years have you spent in the school? Oh, what can you say about the school? Oh, the school has been lovely. Today is celebration. What are your wishes for the school? Oh, it's my wish that the school will go another level. The school will always go up and up and up. God will bless the leader. God will do this. That's red carpet. When you are talking to guests, how did you get to know about this school? Oh, wow. Oh, you came with someone. Oh, fantastic. You are looking well. That is very important. Red carpet for parent, teachers, and guests. Then we have best dressed student, best dressed teacher, best dressed parent. It's not a competition. Oh, no. And there will not, see, let me tell you the truth. There will never be a fair judgment. So if you are looking for fair judgment, forget it. That is why whatever you want to give to best dress should not be something that is very huge. No, the best dress possibly may just take something small, just in the spirit of we are coming for a program and let us try and pass some things across. So that's very, very important and key. Old school dance for parents and older teachers is an idea during your end of session. You know, we see that a lot of music right now are completely different from our old school music. So it's a section in your end of session. Don't forget, it is for celebration. Joyful moments. You must make sure you create joyful moments. Old school dance. So let them play old school music. Oh, yes. And then as they are playing it, you have this parent. And then the students that are new school are wondering, look at the way my daddy is dancing. My God, look at the way my mom is dancing. Oh, what kind of music is this? Oh, you know what? Let's have the older teachers. Let the younger teachers see, wow. It's not compulsory that it has to be even Nigerian music. We can even go out. You know, some people want to play Busta Rhymes, The Age of Snoop Dogg, and, you know, some of those hip-hop. Oh, yes. Even Michael Jackson. And you will see some 1980s disco, and you see parents rocking it. It's always fun. That is what end of session is about. Let three parents, let them come out. Older teachers, let them come out and do a dancing competition, you know, with those old school dance. Another idea is parent-teachers karaoke. Do a karaoke for parents. You know, they play music and then the parent is singing as if they are miming to it. Oh, it is always, even teachers, very important. Mr. School and Miss School. It's called a beauty. It's no longer called beauty pageants now. It's called beauty and brain pageants. So when you want to ask certain questions to showcase what has been going on in your classes, to showcase general knowledge and the value you put on global perspective, the package at which it comes is in form of Mr. School and Miss School. In other words, there's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 girls and 7 boys. They come dressed, they are dressed for it, and then they walk. We showcase their comportment, their confidence, their grace, their panache. We showcase it like that, and there's going to be a judge. And then by the time they get to the stage, they pick from questions. There will be questions on global scenes. Of course, some of these questions will have been given to some of those students before time. So they will go through everything. And then they pick one. And then the coordinator, the MC, takes the question and read for them to answer. And then the point is in their dressing. The point is in their comportment and confidence. The point is in answering of questions. So at the end, the person with the highest point is possibly Mr. School or Miss School. Some people call it the king of the school and the queen of the school. And I think some people run it to like maybe for a whole term in the next session. It happens a lot. It's memorable. Come and see pictures. We give them crown. We give them, we crown the king. We crown the queen. A special seat is created for them. I'm telling you the truth. It's very, very key and important. Then goodwill messages from selected parents. These are ideas that we work with as a school. Goodwill messages. What are goodwill messages? Some parents have things to share about their experience during the course of the session. Some people will start from the, negative experience, and then how the school intervened into that issue, and then how it was resolved, and how they appreciate the school for the swift response, how they want to appreciate God also. Some people will come and say, we started this session on a rough note. My son keeps scoring 2/10, 3/10. But I'm so happy and grateful that the boy with poor handwriting can now write. It's a goodwill message. And I'm using this to appreciate the school. I'm using this to appreciate all the teachers. I'm using this to appreciate the leaders. I want to appreciate everybody. Goodwill messages from selected parents is so important and it's so key. Appreciation messages from teachers and school leaders. You can select some teachers, few of your teachers, to appreciate parents, and your head of school, your head teacher, your principal, to appreciate parents, to say thank you for patronizing us. We have parents that have been with us for 5 sessions. Some parents have been with us for 10 sessions. Some parents have 3 children and they've spent nothing less than 5 sessions with us. We want to thank you. We want to use this medium to say that we appreciate you. May God bless you. It is very important and critical. Another idea is class and group presentations. Of course, that is general. So I'm not going to spend time on that. Also, sensitization about summer coaching program. Oh, yes. So your end of session is a very important part. In fact, one of the things I've been advising schools to do now is to do drama around it, maybe from a class or group presentation. Oh, what's going on? Where are you? How are you going to spend this holiday? Oh, I'm spending it in school. The summer coaching for this summer is a unique one. We are going to have this. So it's like a conversation between 2 students about, my daddy said I will not come. Why? Take me along. Let me go and speak to your dad. You see that short drama. It's a playlet. And then it takes the boy and then move. And then there's somebody that acts, one of the students act like the father. So daddy, I'm coming. I want to talk to you, sir, on behalf of your daughter. He said he's not coming for our summer coaching program. Why? In this summer coaching program, our daddy, I want you to know that it's going to involve this, it's going to involve this, it's going to involve this. You must make sure that you sensitize in a creative way your summer coaching program. Also, school sessional prayers. End of session is known for prayer. By the 4th or the 5th agenda in your end of session, there must be prayer. Some people give chance for clergy to be there. The pastor, the Muslim clerics, they come around and they do prayer. Yes, we start with God. We should also end it with God and also usher into the new session. Very important. Award of certificate of leadership for incoming prefects. So by now, I'm assuming that either primary or secondary, you have some set of prefects that are coming in by next session to take over as prefect. In fact, they are already functioning currently. I think that should be. But if that is not, you can still, by way of selection, not election now, but by way of selection, you can choose your incoming prefect. And then there's an award of certificate of leadership. Now, let me say this now. The award of certificate of leadership will be presented to them, but it will not be given to them. It will go back to the prefect file. When the prefects complete their position in SS3 or primary 5 or 6, the graduation ceremony will now have award of certificate of leadership completion. It is still the same certificate, but it is communicating to everybody that we publicly induct you people. We did it publicly. And we are saying we appreciate you for sticking to it. It's not everybody that you give certificate of leadership for incoming that will complete it. I hope you know. Some people will be caught violating school rules and regulation. And because of that, they are suspended and then they leave. You see, look at it. When we started this tenure, this administration, it is not all the ministers that started that are currently less than 2 years. It's not all the ministers. So that's the way it works. During end of session, we give certificate of leadership to the incoming prefects. And then we also give certificate of leadership completion to outgoing prefects. Those are the graduates. They are going, but they have been prefects. They functioned, and the things that they did when they were in school. So the certificate of leadership completion will now be given to them to go with. But certificate of leadership for incoming prefect, they will be called, they will be snapped, but the certificate will be with the school. It's very important and critical. And lastly, for end of session, gift and prize giving. Of course, these are very important. These are some statutory activity that we have. Summer coaching. Permit me if I'm rushing because I have limited time, and this training is being recorded. So the link will be uploaded on our platform, on all the platforms by latest by tomorrow morning. So summer coaching. So end of session is over. But summer coaching is about three things, basically. Summer coaching is about games, it's about skills, and it's about prep. Oh, Coach Wale. So my summer coaching has always been about, we do vocational training. It's that skill. That's the categories of skill. Oh, I always allow my children to play very well. It's still in games. That's it. Oh, we want to, the ones that didn't do well in mathematics and English, I want to, it's in prep. What does prep mean? It means preparatory classes. That means you are preparing them for next session. Some of the students that you moved, you promoted on trial, the preparatory, the summer class is the time where you work on them so that by the time we start a new session, there are certain areas that they will have covered. Your summer class, either you have done flyer or you're about to do it, must showcase these three categories. It must show that it's going to be a blend of games, skills, and prep. Some people just believe that it should be all academical. Oh, academics, academics, academics. No. No. There must be skills. And in these skills, we have categories of skills. We have academic skills. That is where we talk about study skill, concentration. Oh, yes, motor skill. In fact, if you have participants for your summer from age 2 to age 9, there must be a time that is specifically programmed for motor skills. Some primary 4 in your school have issue with handwriting because there's no time for motor activities. Do tape work. Tape, if you don't have my book, Preschool Proficiency, and you want to engage in academic skills, please get that my book, Preschool Proficiency. You can chat me up and let's do that. This is time for also to learn either professional development for teachers, for leaders, for proprietors. All this coaching and training is all I'm doing this season. So motor skills, these are academic skills. Then you move to vocational skills. Vocational skill talks about crafts, handcraft, creative art, music, art. These are very important skills. Then you move to emotional skills. Emotional skills. Intentionally put your people in team. Let somebody want to do as if he's the leader, and then he's overpowering others, and then that one is frustrated while you are studying them, and then they report the person to you and said, no, this is not the time. When you people come together, allow yourself. Emotional skills. You see, all the skills require practices. There is no skill that is acquired by knowledge. I'm telling you, it requires practice. And that's why your summer program must be about practices and activities. It must be about activities. So it's a blend of these three. You must sit down, plan it, please. Planning. If you can do that between Monday and Wednesday, you are very good. Honestly speaking, let me assume that you have not planned it before, but sit down between Monday and Wednesday. Have your team on the summer coaching team. Yes, gather, bring them together. I said, I want this thing to be a blend of game, skill, and prep. Okay, so what are the games? What are the skills? What are the preparatory classes that we are going to be doing? For which age? So most times, it is advised that summer coaching should not be about classes. It should be about age. Please note that. Summer coaching should not be about classes. It should be about age. Because there are, even in prep, there are things that are, the the big problem that people have in classes, they are age-specific or age-appropriate problems. When an SS2 student have problem with handwriting, you see that it's not a function of the class. It's a function of the age. And if you are going to help his handwriting, he may still have to sit with a primary 2 or primary 1 child. I'm telling you the truth. Taking the boy or the child back to the basic. So we try as much as possible to come up with this and make it a blend. And this is key and critical. This is going to be my last slide, and I want to appreciate everybody. Why summer coaching is not working for schools. Some people said, I don't even have plan of growing this summer. This summer, Coach Wale, no. I don't know. The last one, I used my money to pay the teachers. I said, oh, wow. I said, 2 years ago, the same thing. So this time, I don't think I want to do it. But let me tell you, maybe if I highlight these things, you can see yourself in it and change it so that you can make it work. Number one, the program is not children-centered. A lot of school summer coaching program is teacher-centered. I'm telling you, it's just the fact that we don't want our children to go to other places. Okay, so teachers, come. Some people want to pay their teachers August salary. And so they mandated all the teachers be in school. And then the teacher, out of the fact that they are, you know, they don't want to be around. And then they tell them from 9 to 2 p.m., you must be in the school. If your program is not children-centered, it may not work. You will not be able to maximize it. And let me make you understand, parents are very, very logical, and they see things. They see things. When you are coming up with your program, please let it be children-centered. Invest a lot in the games. You see, let me tell you what happens. By the third or fourth day of your summer class, news will be circulating. Apart from that, as they are doing the games, as they are doing the skill, you are snapping it, you are uploading it on the parent platform. So the people that say their children are not coming and they just put them at home to just sit down at home, no problem. But they are on the platform, they are on your platform, they are seeing. Let me tell you what, the core remote for your parents is what we call FOMO, fear of missing out. If you begin to showcase what I'm telling you, the fear of missing out will make them say, oh, I must do this summer. So I used to say, media is an important part of summer coaching. When the children are playing, if it's once in the summer coaching day, give them a very fantastic bouncing castle. Oh yes, let the bouncing castle be mounted, let there be music, and let those children enjoy themselves and promise them another experience the following week. That as you are coming, I tell you. And then these children get back and you see the way they're talking. Oh my God. Oh, this is what they are doing for us. This is what is going on. This is what is going on. And the reason why you will do that is because you are children-centered. If you are teacher-centered, if you are self-centered, you can't do all those things. Number two, instructors are not available. Summer coaching don't really work because of non-availability of instructors. You want to do mathematics clinic. You want to teach the children how to simplify mathematics, and then the people that can talk about mathematics, not necessarily they are mathematics teacher. In fact, I used to advise that when it comes to prep, you should make sure that the teacher that either undo the child the previous session or that we undo is not the one that is going to teach. Oh yes, maybe somebody that can better present it is not under pressure, because summer coaching is not about pressure. We are not pressurizing ourselves. Everybody just coming. When you are tired, you want to sleep. When you wake up, oh, let's continue. When instructors are not available, there's going to be a problem. Program is not well packaged and communicated. As I'm talking right now, if your flyer for your summer coaching is not up yet, it should be up before Wednesday. It's very important to do that. The reason why this is key is because you have to package it and you have to communicate it well. And when the program starts, the discouragement always starts from the first day. I said, what do you expect on the first day? When you're expecting over 200 students to come for your summer and only 10 people showed up the first day. Oh my God, very fantastic. Let them come in. So the first 2, 3, 4 days should not be intensely about prep. It should be intense about game and skill. Games and skill. Because at that point, some parents are still considering and they are still looking at it. They are still contemplating. Will I come? Will I not come? But when they see the games, they see you must do attractive features that makes those students, come after the first week. When the program is not well packaged and it's not well communicated, it won't work. There's a preconceived notion about parents' participation. Some schools just have this thing. My parents will never participate. My parents, they are mysterious people. They can never, they will not cooperate. So there's no point in me doing anything. Let me just leave them. No, that is not a very good one. Like I said, leave whatever it is you have experienced in the past. Focus on what you want to do in this next summer and make sure that you make it a blend of games. That's why be loud on games. If you cannot buy all the games, go and rent. Get puzzles, get snake and ladder, get chess, get Monopoly, get volleyball, get basketball, football. Do a lot of indoor and outdoor games. Oh, Coach Wale, I don't have space in my school. Yes, begin to go out tomorrow or Monday. Go and scout for a place where you can host the children for football competition. Yes, from day one, for secondary school especially, give them club names. Oh, so Arsenal club, Man U club, Real Madrid, and assign them like that. Ask all of them to be working on their tactics and put 1, 3, 4 of your teachers. Let them be their coaches. And then you now begin to talk about our football match is going to commence. So there's going to be a competition. I tell you, you need some of these things to be able to get the parents. The more they do that. So there is a player that they know that is very good, but the parents says the boy is not coming for summer coaching. They are the one that will come and meet the parents. Say, Ma, please, we need him. So don't have this preconceived notion about parent participation. When your program lacks varieties, your summer coaching will not work. Today is prep. Tomorrow is prep. Next tomorrow, prep. Every time, sit. Why? We have been sitting since September last year. Give us chance to play. Let's move around. It's about motion. It's about movement. It's about handcraft. Stop all this by pen, write notes. I saw last summer, honestly, I was very busy, but there are a few times that I was going to some schools to train teachers. And then I saw the way some students were writing notes in summer. I said, what's this? It's about how to use tools, equipment, ants, baking, no matter whatever, coding, robotics. That is this. So let your program have varieties. Put it down. Teach them chess. Teach them Monopoly. Teach them about financial literacy. Do a discipleship class. See, there are so many things that you can do and work on it. If it is purely academic, it will not work. And finally, if the planning is not done on time, parents will have other plans for children. Let me tell you what makes parents have other plans for their children. It is when you don't plan on time. If you don't plan on time, the parents will have plan for their children. Okay. So I have someone says, in a school that lacks space and children are little, does the school still take them out, or there are things they can do in their own school? Yes, that's what I'm saying. You can do things in your school, but you can also take them out. Oh, yes. You may factor it in your fee, and you may look at it as something that you want to take up. Take them. You can take them to a recreation center. You can negotiate with those people there. So my children want to come and enjoy a day. Can you give us a day? So important. So summer is fantastic. Summer is amazing. I want to appreciate everybody. I have another meeting right now. Thank you everyone for being on this platform. Oh, we have over 65 people, and this will be uploaded again on the platform. Please, you can download it listen and listen. It will be on YouTube, and listen to it, watch it again. It's a video, so watch it again, spend time. In fact, you can even play it for your staff next week. Let them understand the importance of summer. Let them understand the content that goes there, and let them understand the end of session program. Thank you, everyone. See you on another time.